everybody, Ruin the Gaming Dad from the Arc Trade Federation, and today we're on Arc Official PVE. We're on the island, and we are going after the Artifact of the Clever. Not necessarily the most difficult cave on the island, but it can present some challenges. There are some dinos in there that can cause you problems, and you can get lost a little bit, so we're going to try to walk you through it here solo. So here we are, we're on the island, we're on our wyvern here, and as you can see, we have the volcano directly in front of us on the left. And there we are on the map there, just on the west part of the island there. We're skirting along the volcano on our left, and to your right is the redwoods. And it just kind of follows along that river that kind of cuts around the redwoods. And we're just going to kind of snake our way across there. And as you get further and further along the volcano here, you're going to see these trees in front of us. They're going to kind of open up. And once they open up to a clearing, you're going to see a big mound. You can kind of see it in the foreground here coming into play. And there's just kind of a crater in the middle of that mound. That is the entrance to the cave that holds the Artifact of the Clever. It's called the Center Cave if you look it up on the wiki. So just be careful when you land around here. There can be Rexes, there can be Theries, there can be Raptors. So just make sure that you're careful when you land, and show you on the map exactly where we are. So we're gonna hop off of the wyvern here, try to put it in a decent spot here so we're safe as we kind of get ourselves ready to go into the cave. Alright, so let's land the wyvern here. Getting picky here on where I want to jump off. So make sure when we jump off here, we're going to pod the wyvern. Make sure nothing gets to it while we're in there. So we're going to take in a couple saber-tooths. Again, in other videos that I've done running artifact caves, some people use Thylas, and Thylas are a great dino to use. But again, I use saber-tooths, one, because you can put a saddle on them. Two, they're pretty easy to tame. And the third is that it can be usually tamed by a lower level player, whereas a Thyla can be a little more difficult. So as we kind of head into the cave here, another advantage, there we go. Now we're in the cave. Just want to make sure as you head into the cave here, there's going to be enemies or dinos that can come after you right away. So we'll get the saber-tooth to follow. One of the other reasons why I like to use a saber-tooth is you can use weapons while you're mounted on there. We're going to make sure we have him follow just a bit closer. You see we have a shotgun and a sword. Make sure if you don't have a shotgun in your arsenal yet, please make sure you bring at least a long neck, something you can shoot with. And that's the advantage of using a saber-tooth here. And as you can see, we're kind of skirting around the edge. There's our shotgun. And then we also have the sword. And the sword will be for the bats. So as you can see, we've got our first enemy over there. We can take care of him fairly easily with the shotgun. One of the things you have to be aware of in this cave as we bring on the bats is the arthropluras, because they can, if they spit on you, take away your armor, so make sure you bring another set of armor with you. So as these bats get closer, one of the things we're going to use is the sword. The saber-tooth doesn't have a large enough bite radius in order to take down some of these bats from being mounted. So if you use a sword while you're on the back of the mount, it does help. You can just kind of whack away as the bats as they come to try to attack the saber-tooth. There we go. Alright, so let's head down a little bit more here. So as you can see, this is kind of there we go, there's another set of enemies. We'll reload and see if we can't take care of that bat before it even gets to us. Go. So we're gonna, you see this is our first kind of split. We're gonna make a right. And then just keep following this pathway straight down. There's your arthropluera. Looks like we're not gonna be, there we go, there's the first shot on it. There can be high level dinos in this cave. I'm gonna try to get this saber-tooth to do my dirty work for me. This side saber-tooth, I think I got him following just a little too closely. See if we can jump down and let the saber kitty do some work for us. But as you can see, I guess the Arthro's not coming after us, so you can see ahead of us there's a drop, and there's the Arthro coming to cause some problems. Jumping past here. Looks like we've got some chaos. level 150, so this might take a bit. And there is our first spit from the Arthropelura to actually hit the dino, which is actually pretty good, rather than hitting us. We're going to set our other saber-tooth. You can bring any dino that you want in here if you're a lower level player. Obviously, you can bring in raptors, you can bring anything else that you want. I just like the saber-tooths for another thing is high torque, more damage. They don't get knocked out very easily. There we go. A lot of these dinos in here will give you a lot of chitin as well, and a saber-tooth is a good gatherer of chitin, so that helps out a lot. We're going to change his... He's definitely on attack target. Okay. My goodness. If there's one place that saber-tooth's in the way, it's right in front of us. Sorry for all this topsy-turvy. But as you can see, we're just heading down, and you can see there's a drop in front of us. Oh, good lord. Come on, big guy. There you go. And that drop is also another waypoint. So we're going to go ahead and there's another Arthro. And another bat. And here comes the chaos. As we try to take care of these enemies. Save the Arthro before it spits on us. There we go. Take care of the Scorpion and we'll take care of the bat with the sword. There we go. Again, running this as a low-level player could be a challenge, so we're going to make a right past that drop. It's our saber-tooth that's following, decides to jump with us again. We're just going to continue to make our way down. When you see this split here, this giant rock where you've got some crystals and some mushrooms, it doesn't really matter which way you go, because it's going to lead you the same way, but you're going to want to make sure you hang to the right. This is a cold cave, so some of the other ones are hot. This one's cold, so I'm taking desert cloth in here. Again, probably not the most recommended thing for temperature control, but just what I was wearing and what I like wearing desert cloth. So here you can see the water in front of us, and this is the pathway you want to go. As soon as you get down to the bottom, you're going to want to hang left. Got more bats here, see if we can get them in with us here as we reload. And here they come. One with a shotty. Here we go. As is the case with any bat, if you want to bring along health brews, that's a good thing because you do have the potential problem. Let me go back and try and find this saber-tooth again. You have the potential problem of getting mega rabies. If you do this with another player, it can be difficult because you're constantly passing mega rabies back and forth. So just be aware you can get past that by using a gas mask. Or you can just bring health brews along and kind of survive your mega rabies. We haven't gotten it yet, so hopefully we won't. Make sure you put more points into your character in health as well. And I seem to have lost our buddy again. I think he might be a lost cause at this point. There he is, stuck down there. Okay, so there's the water. You do not want to get into that water falling off that cliff. That's where you're going to want to hang that left. As soon as you get to that opening. Here's our left. There's our saber-tooth. He's kind of stuck in a little crevice, but that's okay. In that water can be Sarcos, so just be prepared. They can come out there as well. So you're just going to kind of skirt along the edge of this water. And I don't think the saber-tooth is going to make the trip with us. Gotta love dinos that are on follow and do not do so. Come here, you. Let's see if we can put him on follow again. Come on. Oh, almost fell in the water there. Well, that saber-tooth has got a mind of his own right now. Come on, buddy. Let's see if we can turn him off of follow and put him back on. Another reason why I brought two saber-tooths with me is because one's a male and one's a female, so we do have the mate boost on there, so it does help a little bit for some of the stats for the dino as you make your way through the cave. And there you can see the Sarcos that are in the water. So we're going to skirt along the water here. And another Arthropelura is right in front of us. And I think we are experiencing a lag spike. There we go. And here come the spiders as well. And the Sarcos. So we've got some chaos going on here. Let's see if we can take care of these guys. And there's the spit from the Arthropelora, so when it goes bad, it goes bad. So we're going to try and back away here and see if we can find our Sabertooth and see if that person can help us out. Looks like he's made his way into the water, so hopefully he can take care of the Sarcos for us. Looks like he is. Okay, let's whistle him to attack just to be sure. Come in at the end and mythic the hero. There's the Arthro. I got a bad thing, it's going to take away the rest of our armor. Here it comes. So that's what the spit can do, is it can take, just basically rip your armor to shreds really quickly. So as you can see, all that armor we had, we're now naked. And freezing because it's cold in this cave. Once we get this Arthro out of the way, we are going to equip our backup set of armor. There we go. So we're not freezing anymore, we're just cold. Okay, we've taken care of the Arthro up here, and you can see now we're kind of an open area. And if you keep walking straight here, you can see that glow in the background. There is the artifact of the Clever. So it makes sense here to kind of take a step back. You've made it to the artifact. It's right there in front of us, but don't just go jump in there because there's still going to be enemies around. So we're going to help out our other Sabertooth here and try and kill a few. I think there we go. I think they have taken care of everything. Again, there are explorer notes and drops in here as well, but I'm just going in and trying to get in and out as quick as I can, as safely as I can. So the artifact of the Clever is actually on a little land bridge in the middle of a little lake here. There we go. Let's just stop him from following us. And you can come around the other side, and I believe there's actually an explorer note up behind it. Be careful with this little pond, because as you jump off your dino, you normally jump to the right. Make sure you land on that land bridge, because there can be Sarcos in this little pond. So just be careful. So get it, then get out. And we will head back to this Sabertooth here. I don't think there's any baddies around right now. And we are going to pod this back up, because there shouldn't be too many enemies and dinos trying to kill us on the way back, considering we just cleared them out. So we're just going to go back the way we came. So we're going to go along this flat spot and skirt the edge of the water here. So hang a left and just skirt the edge of the water. And when you get to the end, you're going to want to hang a right and just make your way up and to the left, because it's going to keep bending and bending and bending. There's our drop as our waypoint. We're going to hang a left and just up, up, up until we get out. Again, you may run into a random respawn of dinos if it takes you too long to get through this cave. So just be aware. You may have some issues, but we're going to make our way up, around, and out. So be careful when you go out, because there can be dinos that have just kind of made their way around the edge of the cave, and you think you're done, and all of a sudden, boom, you got problems. So we're going to throw out the wyvern quickly here, just to make sure we have an easy means of escape. I think we accidentally threw out the other Sabertooths. So we're going to pod up our Sabertooths and jump on the wyvern, and that will be it. So that is how to get the artifact of the Clever from the Center Cave. Just wanted to say thanks for watching. Please like the video if it was helpful to you, and consider subscribing to the channel. It helps us out. And with that, we will see you all on the next video.